superstar. That's what this man is.
Yes.
No other word needed. Welcome, Darcy.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. It was nice to hear the Collingwood theme song. It's been 3 or 4 weeks since I've heard it.
I was going to start by asking you that. It must feel weird because last year and the year before, you were in there right to the end pretty much, and it was all about the Pies in September, which was incredible given the Army. And then you get to this September and you're not there.
Yeah. It's a different feeling, that's for sure. I'm a lot grumpier than I was this time last year. And I really struggle to watch when we're not in the finals. So fortunately, I've not had to do it too much. We've been a regular the last sort of 4 or 5 years, 6 years of my career. So, I'm not a great watcher of footy at the best of times. So I get really frustrated but particularly grumpy this September, that's for sure, just because of how bloody close the competition was and just felt like even our last month of footy, we felt like we were playing as good as anyone. But that was how the competition panned out.
Who wins that day, by the way? Any idea?
I think Sydney will win.
Mm-hmm. Best side all year?
I think they deserve it. They've had the best season, but I mean, Brisbane are formidable and they've got a point to prove after last year. So I think it's going to be a good one. It'll be close.
How are you feeling today? Because you went to the Brownlow last night.
Yes.
Did you have a big night? Did you have as big a night as maybe the St Kilda table? They seem to be enjoying it. Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to be on that table. I was with Jeremy Howe and Scott Pendlebury and just the old farts.
Yeah,
just,
the old boys.
No, they were in good form. Credit to them. No, it was good. It was good. I was at the after party till about 2 o'clock in the morning, chewing Paddy Cripps' ear off.
You're not with Cripper getting photos and things, are you? Were you doing that?
I think I was actually leaving. It was me, my partner D, and we were with Ariane Titmus and Paddy Cripps. So it was a pretty random combination.
What's she doing there? She's a Hawthorn.
I know, she's a Hawthorn supporter. I'm a big fan of her. I got right into the Olympics, so I was grilling her about all things the Olympic Village and all that. So yeah.
Well, what did she tell you after hours? Actually,
yeah, there wasn't a lot of mail really. And it was pretty loud in there, honestly, so I couldn't really hear what anyone was saying, to be honest. So.
Good answer. Good answer.
But what about the Brownlow from your point of view? I mean, it's been a bugbear of mine for years that if you are in the back six, you're completely and utterly irrelevant. There's not a vote ever given to a defender, and yet when you go and ask the 18 coaches, the most important players on the ground are often in the back six.
Or a fort.
Yeah, well, they maybe get a look in. Like Jezza got some votes, and a few did, but defenders never, ever.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely not the night for us. I had a bit of a funny moment with Stephen May at one point where he walked past me and he was just like, "Oh, I think they forgot about us."
Exactly right.
But yeah, I mean, it's we've got a lot of awards, and the Brownlow medal is definitely not the one for the defenders. I think I remember one year, like I don't know, a few years ago, I polled the most votes for a defender or something and was getting all these messages, congratulations. I polled like 5 votes. It wasn't even, it was just like, that just sums up where we're at.
Speaking of which, Nick Daicos.
He gets, 38?
38, wins every other Brownlow ever in the history of the bloody award, and he's 10 votes back.
Crazy, hey. I feel for Nick. He's had the last 2 seasons unbelievable. Like last year, pulled ahead early and then he got injured and he just had to sit there and watch them all mow him down round by round. And then this year he's polling super well, but still doesn't just lose, didn't get there by 7 votes in the end. So it was a pretty unusual count, wasn't it?
It was, but you had a win, Bobby Hill, Mark of the Year.
Yes.
It's like 50 grand.
Pretty good. And those velocity points.
Yeah.
So between him and Jamie all year, all I've had to listen to is them just going at each other about who's going to get the velocity points. At one point, they tried to strike a deal to split the points down the middle. Good on Bobby.
Jamie looked legitimately flat. So, sometimes you see blokes and they're playing up to it a bit.
Yeah.
No, he had the shit.
Oh, yeah. He was riding it all the way. All the way he wanted that prize. So, it was a bit of a shame for him, but... we'll be hearing about it as well from Bobby for the next 12 months. So,
Good
Yeah.
result. We love Cripper, don't we?
No,
good
he's a
fella.
star.
Oh,
Good
champion.
Absolute star.
Absolute champion.
Plays the game
You're
properly.
his best mate now.
Yeah.
Selfies. And
After last night.
What about that?
I like it. Now, we need to take a little break with us because there's a big Amy part of this week
Yes.
that we know you're a part
I've
of.
got to ask him
So
about
we're
his dad.
And the old boy who
Oh,
you have
Pete.
drinks with at the bottom.
Oh, does he love a sherbet?
Really?
Still a good-looking man, Pete,
Oh,
too.
give him away.
He's got presence.
And he knows it.
Is he straight in there?
I like that.
Captain Darcy Moore is stuck around, who's part of an Amy campaign. I don't know if you've seen the TVCs. I think a pole falls on your car
Yes.
at
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Done.
Magpie
Amy
driver
have,
sweeps
Amy have
him.
pulled out all the tricks this year
Yeah.
with me. There's been some CGI effects pretending to smash my car, and now there's something pretty special before the grand final.
Oh, can you-
And what is that? Is
Yes,
it
tell
all
us.
around the ball? Match
Well,
ball?
yeah, it's all about the ball.
Right.
So similar to the last few years where they somehow the match ball goes missing,
Right.
and it's the job of the famous iconic Amy girl to find it. And on that journey, there's a few characters that have featured heavily, not just in the AFL, but across lots of different parts of Australian culture over the years. So they are going to help to sort of find the ball.
Ooh,
Can we
righto.
mention those or not yet?
I
When's
don't
he-
know if I'm authorised to mention names, but it's. I think people are going to get a bit of a kick out of it. There's some
Right.
good pop culture references, a bit of some social media stars,
AFL legend.
some viral hits. Yeah, AFL legends
Yeah.
of the past. So it's all happening.
And, well, we can't ask him anymore. I want to ask you about your dad, Peter. 2 Brownlow medals, by the
Star.
way.
Yes.
Where's he got them hanging?
I reckon they're in a drawer in his office somewhere, but he does not pull them out much. He
Yeah.
doesn't turn up to the Brownlow either.
Oh,
He's I don't think he's been for the last 10 years.
Why not? Just
so-
doesn't want to?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you reckon he's at the bot all the
No,
time. I
no.
would have said it's because he's antisocial.
No.
But I mean, if he's hanging out at the bot every night, then
well, not every
maybe
night.
it's not because of that.
Not every night, Dars, but he gets down there and he's a big man.
Good.
Yeah.
Big fingers,
Size.
big hands. And, mate, he likes a beer. And he turns up with Kelvin Templeton, who was a star at the
Star,
Western
fucking
Yeah.
Footscray in the time.
Yeah.
A big pigeon chest. And they sit up there like Jackie and they like a couple of frothies, let me tell you. They're good value, good
Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
yeah,
good
yeah.
fun they
Two
are.
Brownlow medalists walk into a bar.
That's it.
There's a joke there somewhere.
There
Oh,
is.
yeah, serious. What a moment, by the way. I know we've seen you since, but when your old boy handed you the cup,
Oh, yes.
that was for all of us.
Oh, mate.
That was ridiculous.
Tearjerker.
I'm like, how
Oh.
awesome is that?
It was crazy, hey. It was so cool. And like a memory that we have forever now. Like the photos of it are up in Dad's office and up in my office. And it's pretty cool. And hearing from so many like fans, I mean, it sounds a bit corny, but like what people love about football is like the generational thing, you know, going to the footy with their dad when they were young.
Yep.
And they really connected, I suppose, men especially. So many families sort of have got to me over the year and just said, oh, seeing you and your dad there, like I remember, you know, watching the grand final with my dad. It's the only time we've ever cried
Yeah.
together, you know, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's cool to be a part of that and a memory for so many people.
And also you getting the win because Fat loves to bring up the fact that I think your dad's the only person that's lost more grand finals than you have.
I think Rene
Really?
Kink. Rene Kink, maybe 6.
What's
dad,
your magic
5.
number?
My magic number's 4.
Okay.
Wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
No, it actually does. It was.
Bairstow and Couch and I don't know what those blokes were
Name
doing.
names.
Yeah,
Name
they were
names.
no good. No good Stoner.
You didn't make
terrible.
a mistake at any of those grand
Bluey
finals.
McGrath, no good. They were all terrible. I was doing me bit. But I lost 4. He's lost 5.
He's lost 4 and drawn,
Drawn
1.
one.
So
4.5.
yeah, there was some bad juju going on there.
Yeah. Juju.
We've buried it finally.
Right. Hey, what did you do in year 12? Where did you go to school?
I went to school at Carey Grammar
And
in Kew.
what did you get? 90 something?
I got 97.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Bloody good.
That's good because you're also you're doing a master's in trade and economics.
Yeah, like international trade and economics is my major.
What
so
the
it's,
is that?
it's a good question. It's a good question.
What trade?
Yeah, so it's like countries. I don't know how to break this down. For you.
For me. will
They're
you?
trading goods. You know, Australia makes goods
Yes.
that other people can't make. So other countries. So
we
you
send
swap
them
them.
over.
You send them over there, and in return, you get other goods that we can't make here.
Oh.
And some of those arrangements with other countries are more favourable than others. And yeah, that's
Look at his face.
No,
He's
No,
like,
no, I'm trying to.
Do you know what primary and secondary industry is?
Yes,
No,
I
you
do.
wouldn't
Well,
have done
the
that.
sheep's back's primary, the wool.
Yeah. Oh,
So we send it
yeah.
over there
Yeah,
to
yeah, exactly.
China, and they send us back a wine or something.
exactly.
Don't they?
No,
wine.
We're taking wine from China. You reckon?
Well, we're trying to get our wine in there, and they won't accept it. But you're a learned man. This is what I'm getting at, Darcy Moore. And can I just say, your speeches after the games, that Anzac Day and things like that,
Yes.
they are bloody great. Let me tell you.
Thank you,
and
mate.
they're thoughtful
Thank
and they're
you.
inspiring. You get a lot of comments, surely,
Thank you.
because you actually hit the mark beautifully.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thank
You do.
It's yeah, I mean, it's a real privilege to be in my position.
Yeah.
The amount of times I get to stand in front of a microphone and address, not just the Magpie Army, but the footy fans all around the country. So there's a bit of pressure there.
Yeah.
So I always try and put a bit of prep in and make sure I, like you said, hit the mark.
Makes you proud, doesn't
No,
it? When
it
you
does a
hear
brilliant job.
from a footballer
Yep.
to get up there and talk about the Anzacs and all that. So
Yeah,
you've obviously done
yeah.
a bit of work.
Yeah.
So well done on that.
Even last night as well, I think hearing from Angus.
Yes.
Angus last night, his speech was really beautiful, and yeah, like you said, as a part of the AFL community, you hear someone kind of make such important, powerful points like that. It does make you proud to be around.
Well, he's very intelligent also, isn't he?
Well,
Jimmy
it comes
Boy?
from
No,
intelligence.
not
Yes,
from you.
well, I mean-
yes.
Now,
good pedigree.
wine label, still?
No, that was a limited run,
Right.
Very.
and a Premiership edition.
Premiership edition, so that'll
it
be the
sold
next
out.
time.
Turns out the Magpie fans really love a bottle of wine because it sold out in about 6 days.
Yes.
So didn't have to do much promo, fortunately. But
$6 or something, was it?
yeah, watch this space. Maybe my next milestone there might be a little memento for
I
the
like
fans.
it.
So watch this space.
As a wine lover, I like it. And
Okay.
you're not in Flinders Lane anymore.
No.
No, not
One of
anymore.
my favourite parts of Melbourne.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
Isn't
good.
It? Yeah, I used to live right on Flinders Lane and right above with Tom Langdon when he
Yes.
was playing at the Pies, and we lived actually upstairs from Bond nightclub.
Oh,
Oh, crikey.
Not
it's
intentionally.
handy.
Yes.
But yeah, that was a challenge when that would close and everyone would spill out onto the
Spew
street.
out on
and-
the
yeah.
street.
What was your favourite eatery?
Oh, there's so many.
I know.
We used to go to Cumulus all the time,
Yep.
which is on Flinders Lane, because it's just breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's open all day.
And upstairs is good too.
Yeah, really. Well,
What's
that's
up
a bit swanky for us.
Oh, listen, dude. And love your travel. Where are you heading off to?
Yes, going to Italy
Italy.
in October, which would be great. Italy and Portugal, and then a bit of time in the UK, and then I'm going to sneak off to Germany and go to Adidas global head office
nice.
over there and get a bit of a tour and do a bit of training
Where's
and
that?
stuff.
Where in Germany is
It's
that?
in a place called Herzow. I'm not going to pronounce it because it's the longest German word ever, but it's shortened to Herzow, and it's about 45-minute drive out of Nuremberg.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And it's in the middle of nowhere, and the only people that really live in the village either work at Adidas or work at Puma because they're right across the road.
Yeah,
from
fair
each
dinkum.
other.
they were brothers.
And
back
they're
in the day.
They're the head office.
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
of them. In a little
In,
village.
in this tiny village in the middle of
Fair
Germany.
dinkum.
Yeah.
So they all walk around
Do
there.
you know the story?
No.
So Addy Dassler and his brother were in
Right,
the
so
same business.
Puma.
And then
Puma Dassler.
and then they cracked it.
Yeah.
So one of the brothers split and made
Real?
Puma,
Yeah.
and Addy Dassler made Adidas.
Fair dinkum.
And they are now huge global brands
Yeah.
in the same town.
Yeah, across the road from each other.
It's
Imagine
actually
that.
quite incredible.
So the Adidas blokes drink at that pub and the
Yeah.
Puma
Yeah.
blokes drink at that
Probably.
pub.
Where in Italy are you going?
Going to Milan first, and then getting the train down to Lake Como for about a week. So
Jimmy boy.
that'll be good. That'll be good.
Best country in the world,
Really?
Italy.
Italy.
You will
Okay.
come back from there, and I guarantee the next time I see you, you'll go, I now understand what you meant.
Okay.
Best joint
okay.
in the world. You cannot.
It's magic.
It is. It is
Yeah.
superb.
Been to Geelong?
Actually
that's-
laughing.
that's on the,
He laughed hard.
That's on the travel. That's on the travel destination for next year, next off season. Can you take me around? Can you
Yeah,
be
I'll
the
show
tour
you
guide?
around.
Yeah.
Couple of pubs.
Where?
Okay.
Lammy's, the nightclub's still going. It's been going for 35 years.
Just wandering into
The
Lammy.
Sphinx and the Yu-Yangs.
Okay.
You know,
oh yeah, the Yu-Yangs.
they're
Yeah.
huge. They're
On a
big.
bit of a hike.
Exactly.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Are you working for Tourism Geelong or
I
something?
am, mate. You can come
okay.
down to the Cremorne. I'll buy a couple of frothies.
Yeah. I don't reckon
Do you pay for beers in Geelong?
No, no, I don't pay for food or beers. But if I have a bet, I haven't worked that out yet, how to get that for nothing. Anyway, Das, nice chat.
Good Good to see you, mate.
Yes.
Enjoy
Thanks for having
Saturday
me,
if you
guys.
can, but
Yeah.
also what sounds like an amazing off-season.
Good on you guys. Thanks for having me.